#1 show that dominates cable news, The O'Reilly Factor. The #1 show that dominates cable news, The O'Reilly Factor.
The weakest part of Barack Obama's talk was this.
Will we reject torture and stand for the rule of law? Will we welcome immigrants from different lands and shun discrimination against those who don't look like us or worship like we do, and keep the promise of equality and opportunity for all of our people?
Now, did you notice when he was talking about fighting terrorism, no applause? But when he was talking about that, plenty of applause. Now, stand for the rule of law? I think that's what those of us who want secure borders and control over the immigration process want. Is it not? I'm not seeing many bias crimes in the USA these days. Doesn't seem like Americans are rejecting minorities or immigrants, so what is the senator talking about? And enough is enough with this torture nonsense. In fighting a vicious war on terror nearly alone, the USA has been restrained in its application of force. This torture on a mass scale garbage is rank anti-American propaganda, and Obama shouldn't be anywhere near it. But all in all, Senator Obama did well today. Even though a new Fox News poll says his overseas trip has cost him a few points, he now leads McCain by just 1%. The surge stuff hurt Obama. Now for the top story tonight, a reaction to Obama's trip from Fox News analyst Laura Ingraham, who joins us now from Washington. Isn't it a good thing if Barack Obama would be elected president because Europe loves him, the world loves him, and wouldn't that be helpful to the United States?
Wait, Bill, do I hear "We Are the World" playing in the background? Didn't you practically see Bruce Springsteen and Michael Jackson and like Cyndi Lauper and the whole crowd start singing underneath the speech? This is the problem. We have France and we have Britain, Ireland, Germany, and Italy all showing clear signs of moving to the right politically. Conservatism on the ascendancy in Europe. There's no doubt about it. Back at home, obviously George Bush's approval numbers are low. U.S. Congress's approval numbers are low. I don't think this speech does pretty much anything for Obama in the one place he needs to win, Ohio. Or let's say skip over to Michigan, or let's go to Pennsylvania. I think you could make an argument, and we'll see how these polls play out over the next few days, that this speech was kind of a, I mean, he looked good. I mean, he was the celebrity of Europe for the day, you know, displacing the old David Beckham.
What he's going to try to sell, though, coming back from Europe, 200,000 people is a big crowd.
Yeah, they don't vote.
No, absolutely. But he's going to try to sell. Barack Obama is going to come back and say, look, if you elect me president, the world is going to give America the benefit of the doubt, or more love, or better support, because they like me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Yeah, but
no. Look, I'm just telling you what he's going to do. I'm not telling you what I think.
He got up there in front of 200,000 people, and he glommed on to one of the most ridiculous and one of the most hateful stereotypes about America, which is that we torture. The fact that he did that on foreign soil, I think, is absolutely atrocious.
I pointed it out, and now I feel the way you do. He should have absolutely not mentioned.
Come on.
That's ridiculous.
I think the fact that he didn't go visit the troops at the military bases and yet figured out to have enough time to work out in the Ritz-Carlton gym, I think that looks really bad. I don't think that plays well in Ohio. I don't think it plays well in Michigan.
Barack Obama arrived in Amman, Jordan on a military aircraft from Iraq as the campaign-controlled portion of his overseas tour began with near-presidential choreography. Obama and his two Senate colleagues, Democrat Jack Reed of Rhode Island and Republican Chuck Hagel of Nebraska, toured the Citadel, an ancient ruin with columns from the Roman era and artifacts reaching back 2 millennia before Christ. At his first press conference of the trip, Obama withdrew an earlier declaration that he, quote, never, unquote, has doubts about his foreign policy.
You know, it's always a bad practice to say always or never. I don't think that anybody believes they have the perfect formula for solving some of these very difficult foreign policy problems. But I feel very confident in my worldview.
The presumptive Democratic nominee, like his Senate colleagues, said violence is down in Iraq. But Obama said that is as much due to the Sunni uprising against al-Qaeda and the Shiite ceasefires led by radical cleric Muqtada al-Sadr. Obama declined to say how much credit U.S. forces deserved for the improved safety on the ground.
I don't know, Garrett, how to put a numerical factor on that.
Offered the opportunity to weigh in after a question, Hagel took a pass.
That's right. Go ahead. Okay.
Obama also repeated that he has no misgivings about adamantly opposing the surge and pushing instead for withdrawing U.S. forces in the teeth of massive violence that brought Iraq to the brink of collapse.
We don't know what would have happened if the plan that I put forward in January 2007 to begin a phased withdrawal, what would have happened had we pursued that strategy.
Obama also agreed that the commander of multinational forces in Iraq, General David Petraeus, disagrees with his push for a 16-month troop withdrawal timetable.
There's no doubt that General Petraeus does not want a timetable.
The surge, Obama reflects the democratic understanding of the world that Bush is responsible for everything in the world. Unpopularity of America abroad, our difficulties in Afghanistan, Katrina, global warming, the mortgage meltdown, except our success in Iraq. And the success of the surge is attributed to the Sunni awakening, the shocking and inexplicable ceasefire ordered by al-Sadr, which apparently happened out of the blue, according to democratic understanding, and as Obama emphasizes, the bravery and skill of our troops, as if our troops were not as brave or as skilled before the surge. Obviously, what changed was the surge. It was a political decision by the President of the United States against all advice from the wise men in Washington, including Obama, who said it would be a catastrophe.